Welcome to another edition of Vigorously Vigorous Ones. Big episode today, Framing Hanley, Nixon in the building. Sir, it is a big day. We're talking on a big, momentous occasion. It is Happy Music Video Release Day. We'll get into all of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It would be a little bit better if it was about 25, 30 degrees cooler here in Nashville, but I'm dealing
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, we were just chatting about this. Are we hitting 100 or is it in the 90s?
I think we're right at 100.
We are okay.
But I mean, it could be 80
Yeah.
here, and it's like the humidity. Yeah, it's 96 with the heat index. It's 106.
Mm-mm, no, thank you. No, I will take my Minnesota 80, 85, like right in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. And it's not like a crazy thick humid heat up there either. I just got back from northern Michigan, so
Oh,
not
okay.
too different there. So
Yeah,
yeah, I would trade our summers for y'all summers for sure.
for sure. Just not the winners.
Yeah, I'll keep our winter.
Exactly. Well, so I did catch the big release, the Poor Little Me music video out today, just a few hours ago. We went on a little like 90s acid aesthetic trip with this, sir, like with the lights and just the colors and it was almost like fever dreamish, like but and yet there was something nostalgic about it all too because it goes with the song itself, chatting about nostalgia, chatting about comprehending getting older. I mean, really
Yeah.
was just the vibe that I got from it. So, how are we feeling? Tell me everything about the new single, the video. What's going on? Are we excited?
I mean, I'll say first off that it's cool that you got the 90s feel from that because we were definitely trying to evoke that a little bit, with I'll say the direct inspiration for that music video was Bjork's music video for Hyper Ballad, which is a favorite song of.
Period.
So
Yes.
so yeah, yeah, and I mean, I think the vibe of the video, the feelings in general, the video just went like hand in hand with what we wanted to represent that song to be about. It
Hmm.
literally like which is funny because going back and forth with David Dutton, who is the guy that directed this and came up with the treatment. He also did our video for Mean It, Photographs and Gasoline Part Two.
Mm.
He There were some different parts in the video that I was like, I don't really want to, focus on this. I'll say directly like the vibe of, sitting in front of a computer all day working an office job.
Mm-hmm.
And when I told him, that was really a lot of what I was talking about in parts of the song, it got things moving in his head to look at the video in an even completely different manner. And really, again, like got across what the song's actually about. It's funny, I'm sitting here talking to you right now on my phone doing this interview, and I'm getting like push notifications for YouTube comments, and someone just said, more songs like Mean It, please. I love those kind of comments where it's like, hey, that's not the single right now, asshole.
No, but let's get it correct too. Like I did see, I was in the comments too, and I did see more of them say, "Oh, this resonates with me. This speaks to me. Like this hit something. This made me feel something." Because anybody that's close to our age, I'm in my 30s too. Like we all know what it's like. It just we
Yeah,
know what it's like to get older and just kind of miss what we used to have, and then realize that life looks completely different now.
I'm honored that, to hear that you can, it resonates with you or anyone say that. I, I'm one of those people that when I write a song, typically when it's done, it's done. It's like it's out
Mm,
of sight, out of mind. And I'm not just saying this, it's not hyperbole. Like this is a song that has stayed stuck with me since the moment honestly, since the moment I wrote that chorus.
mm.
Um, and I don't want to say that like I write songs that feel special or anything, but this to me, it does have a special place, a special meaning. And, like you said, like a lot of people, our age or your age, because I'm sure that you're younger than me, it is resonating with people, and it is because I'm speaking directly about things that, the 30 somethings and really the people that grew up with our band, um,
Yes.
that they can relate to. And I love a good cigar. That's my only vice anymore, that and gambling. And I was at my favorite cigar lounge last night, and a guy came in, and he was like the biggest Freeman Hanley fan. It was in my hometown, so I guess it's a little more realistic. You're going to run into someone like that, and he had no idea we had new music. And I was in the process of uploading this video for the premiere today, and played it, and he literally spoke about, like what I just touched on, like the people
Mm-hmm.
that grew up with Framing Hanley.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, his words, not mine, but he was like, your voice like brings back different memories in my life of when I was listening to your second album, or the moment your first album, and things that I was going through at that time. And he was like, it's crazy to hear you talking about, like, just reflecting back in this song. And that's exactly what the song is doing for me.
Yeah.
So that was cool, man. I just I I think very fondly of this song. And I feel like the entire collection of songs that we just put out on this Flowers EP, that we released on tour earlier this year, it's the whole thing is just another level for our band. But this song is, we never were a band that put out ballads, and this was one that I was like, yo, this needs to be heard. So
Yes.
I'm glad that people are digging it.
It's a special era. I'm not surprised that you went the ballad direction either. I love a good ballad from time to time. I mean, I was listening to you guys at the same time. I'm like listening to Good Charlotte as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like really, really trippy for me to like see what to watch what I was watching today. And then Joel Madden is up in the comments while I'm scrolling through your Instagram. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what in the like 25? It's been what, 20 years? 20 years. Does it ever get old? Obviously not. You're still releasing new music, but does it ever surprise you still? Like that's a journey.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Um, to have, especially in this day and age with people's attention span,
Mm,
the fact that we are fortunate enough to have people to still care enough to not just keep up with us online, but when we go out for the first time in 10 years for like an actual tour, they come out and spend their hard-earned money in this fucking economy,
mm,
to see your band. It's beyond humbling. I didn't start doing this when I was a kid with the intentions of what it has given me, for my entire adult life. It was really just me writing music to deal with that I was going through. So again, to see anyone connect, whether it's 1,000 or 20,000, like it means the world. And it's still to this day, at almost 40 years old, it blows me away.
When it comes to Poor Little Me specifically, what are you most proud of? The lyrics, the video, the whole vibe?
Everything. Yeah, I mean, lyrically, I think there's a lot of honesty in that song. Um, and really the inception of that song, just the way that song came about. Um, Richie Vicondo, who plays drums for a band called Fire from the Gods, I worked with him on our singles "Say Less" and "Mean It," Photographs and Gasoline Part Two. And I originally worked with him. I was doing a feature for this band down in Houston, and he was the producer for that. And we just like clicked. We hit it off immediately. And I wasn't familiar at the time with his band, because I'm terrible at keeping up that's popping off in music. But we ended up, getting back together. We were like, yo, let's work on some songs. So we did "Mean It" and "Say Less." And those were more obviously on the heavier, like, rock side of things. And I was like, when we got together to do "Poor Little Me," he was messing around on the acoustic, and that riff was what started it. And yeah, from there it was just like, I think just everything I was feeling just came out on paper, and the power was out in the city of Houston for like 2 weeks, so we had to get a
Yeah.
generator. There's like a whole the inception of this song, along with like the light, like bringing it to life, was a really wild time, and I think that has everything to do with why that song is as special as it is to me. And Richie says it's also special to him, so I think a lot of it has to do with just like how that song came about, and yeah, just the wild ass story too with it.
Well, it is incredible how not just like a personal situation can turn something into something beautiful in the form of song, but one note can spark a vibe too. You might not even be intending on creating something that day, but somebody plays something else, and that's the essence of being in a band. It's one person inspires somebody else, and it just goes from there. I love that you take inspiration from multiple places. While I was checking out your Instagram, I watched a few videos of where like you mentioned your comedic inspirations. Zach Galifianakis, Bo Burnham, those are just two of them. And this made like I love both of them too. And so I wanted to ask, do you think that comedy impacts what you create at all, or watching them? Does they, even though it's a totally different art form, does that impact what you do?
I mean, I'm sure there's some level of it. I was speaking specifically the video you're talking about. I was talking while playing guitar, and I
Mhm.
just referenced how Bo and Zach have, you know, done that in their acts over the years, and how I was always a fan. That was more me being a jackass. But I mean, I think that for myself personally, like things that I'm influenced by, are always gonna kind of leave their fingerprints probably on what I'm creating. Uh, I would say the stand-up comedy side probably just has more to do with my maybe my I don't want to say ability, but like my willingness to just look like an idiot when we're on stage, or not worry about trying to impress people, if you will, beyond the performance that we've got to put on. I've just always been like if it cracks me up, or if I can make my bandmates laugh about something stupid while we're on stage with something I say on the microphone, like I'm gonna do it. Those are the fun parts of playing shows for me. So that's probably the extent of stand-up comedy. It is funny, like I've always like I would say for at least the entirety of FH, I've always said that I wanted to try my hand at like a 2 minute set. Um, so we'll see. I've definitely got some material that I've stored away on notepads on the Notepad app in my iPhone. I think I would be terrible at it. I would probably eat shit, but that's part of learning in comedy. So
Hey, I'll listen to any attempt, but really. But
thank you.
that's a theme for you though, just doing things authentically, doing things with integrity, honoring commitments. The kids, I'm sure, your beautiful family, they're all over Instagram too. They're learning that. Is it important to you to teach them that?
Yeah, I mean, my legacy will be the humans that I leave on this earth.
Mm.
And the men and now woman that I will raise with my ex-wife and my girlfriend. Like, I want them to know that the ambitions of like leaving your mark on this planet are never too high. Like, and I wouldn't say that I've done that necessarily, but like I want them to know like the small amount of cool stuff that their dad did get to do, like they can go beyond that, and athletics and politics and social. Uh, just I want them to just be good people, though, above all else. And my ex-wife and my girlfriend do a great job of raising them, under that guidance of just like, there's a lot of shitty people in this world, and I want my kids to help be the counter to that. Um, because I think when you get to the age we're at now, you start to realize like all the little things that you could have done differently, or
Yeah.
um, maybe times you wish you would have spoken up about something. And yeah, I just want my kids to know the greatest feeling on earth is to give love. And sometimes we receive it, and that's a pretty awesome feeling too. But to genuinely show love and love other people, that's a self-fulfilling feeling for sure in itself.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I go back to from time to time too, is like, man, there are a lot of times, there's more often times in life that I wish that I had spoken up than sat back and said nothing.
Absolutely.
There's very few times I'm like, I wish I didn't say that, or I wish I didn't do that. No, total opposite. I mean, so this brings on my next question. Is there anything with FH that you still want to do moving forward that you haven't done yet?
Oh yeah, there's a lot that we're gonna do that we haven't done yet. I'm in this mode now where it's like I'm not fucking writing songs just to like one to appease other people, but like Framing Hanley doesn't have to sound what like, I referenced that comment that came over just a second ago. Like, I'm gonna write and record songs that I want to write and record. I
Mm.
might put a country song out. You know what? Because I can. And if I do, it's not going to be that shitty bro country y'all
Here
alternative
we
is what I
go.
call it.
I
It's going to
know.
be like your real roots country, like storyteller, which is, what originally when FH started again after the hiatus, it was like Ryan and I originally got back together to do like an Americana side project, like a new project. And then we just ended up realizing, we're just writing more Framing Hanley songs. But um, yeah, I mean, there's, like have this song we just talked about, the first ballad we were released as a single. We also have the heaviest song that we've ever recorded on this collection of songs. We also have a song that sounds like it's straight out of it's like an 80s goth pop song. Like it sounds like it's from the
Okay.
Ryan Gosling movie Drive, like the soundtrack for that movie, if you remember that movie. Like
Yes.
there are no rules. So when you ask, is there stuff that I want to accomplish still with this band? Yeah. Like I I still think that not even half the amount of people that are going to find out about Freeman Hanley have found out about us yet. And I think a lot of it has to do with these songs that we're working on now. And a lot of it has to do with just like kind of not putting any restrictions on the creative process or where I want to take a direction of a song or a story.
I can't wait to see where it goes next. And there's a couple covers in the catalog too. There are multiple covers in the catalog too. Perhaps that might be on the horizon. Maybe because we do love Lollipop. We do love Lollipop.
Yeah, Richie will probably get mad at me for sharing this, but I'll say this because it's a bit you can use on Instagram. We'll help put it out there, and then it has to force his hand, I think. But we've talked about maybe doing a cover of Roses by Outkast.
Oh, great. That's like
So
perfect for that era too. Yes.
that's the thing is like my kids love that song,
Yeah, perfect.
so I think that's one of those songs that would it would definitely work in reaching this new generation of teenagers that might, for some reason, not know the amazingness that is Outkast. And then that's another thing is like when we were, it wasn't like we weren't like let's cover another hip hop song. It wasn't like that, anything like that. It was just like we were talking about, obviously they're since Lollipop, there now have been a billion of hip hop covers or pop covers
Hmm.
that go viral online and um, do whatever. But we were just talking about like, yo, genre aside, who's an artist that we love, from the last 20, 30 years that it would be cool to help introduce other people
Yeah.
to this artist. And it came down, I would say the two last two standing were Outkast and Missy Elliott, and Outkast
Yes.
won out. So yeah, we've talked about it. We'll see if it comes to fruition. Like I said, the fact that I've said this now in this interview, it kind of I think feels like it puts it out there in the universe. So now I have to do it. So we'll see.
I wanted to happen to particularly, I mean, specifically Missy and Outkast. Like they, to me, they still don't get the proper respect for putting Southern hip hop into the lexicon, or at least
Yeah, I mean,
showing the rest of the world like this is the South's version of hip hop. I would throw Ludacris in there. I would throw Ti in there. They like uh, we
I would
need to
say
they need to know.
I would say that and Jermaine Dupri was a big part of that too.
True,
I
as a
would
producer,
say
yeah.
that the real hip hop heads, the ones that really, have paid attention over the years, there's no way that you can write a book about hip hop and it not have Missy Elliott and
Yeah.
Outkast like entire sections. So, um, obviously, Outkast does not need our help in getting that song out there. The original version of Roses is fucking spectacular. It's just like we were like, yo, we could do something so weird with that. Uh, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I can't wait for what's next. Nixon, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Congratulations on Poor Little Me. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Let's see what's next.
Thank you, Val. And yeah, like I said, you can count on at least two more new singles from FH before the end of this year.
Yes.